Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome to Hungry's Holiday Kitchen.
I'm Matt Lewis. This is Renato Poliafito.
And we're the co-owners of Baked, a bakery in Brooklyn, New York, and also co-authors of our third cookbook, Baked Elements.
Today we're going to be making you guys a really amazing holiday cookie. It's our chocolate peppermint thumbprint cookie, and it's going to make your holidays that much sweeter. Well, the first thing we're going to do is use Andes mints. Do you guys remember Andes mints?
Gosh,
it's like
I spent many, many nights with Andes mints.
All alone.
All alone.
So we're going to put Andes mints right into a double boiler. We're going to take some really good quality dark chocolate. This is a chocolate cookie. Use the best chocolate you can find. You don't want to be using something that's, I don't know, run-of-the-mill. And since we don't have that much chocolate in this bowl, this is going to melt really quickly. But you kind of want to just gently agitate this until it starts to melt. Just like the smell of this already, it's got me thinking of the holidays.
Totally. You're doing this with such finesse, by the way.
Well, I'm trying to be very finesseful. So you can see this is coming together. All right, so we're gonna remove this from the heat. Finish stirring this until it's smooth. You're gonna let this cool to room temperature because we're gonna add this back into our ingredients in a couple more steps.
So while that's cooling, I'm actually gonna get started on mixing together the dry ingredients. I have some all-purpose flour here, and basically I'm adding 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. All right, and I'm adding some cocoa here.
And this is like a really nice cocoa powder, and that gives it that really kind of chocolate punch.
And then the final ingredient, I'm adding 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to stir this together. A good technique here is to actually spin the bowl as you're whisking.
In this bowl, we've already got our unsalted butter. I'm just gonna kind of cream this together. Ideally, you don't want any lumps in the butter. You just kind of want it to be a consistency where it's creamy and smooth. All right, first type of sugar I'm gonna add is your classic granulated sugar, 1/3 cup. And then I'm gonna add dark brown sugar. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons. You just stir this up until it's fluffy. You want the mixture to look 100% uniform. We're gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl. All right. And again, just mix it up. And now I'm gonna add egg yolks. The egg yolks are gonna kind of give this cookie a really great depth. We're not gonna be using the egg whites. Just beat on medium speed until it's fully incorporated. All right, so it looks like it's pretty well mixed together. Last thing, but really important, is vanilla extract. Beat it just until it's incorporated. This is really no more than 15 seconds. We're gonna take our melted chocolate. You don't wanna add this when it's still warm. If you add this when it's still warm, it's possible you could kind of scramble a little bit of the batter. So we're gonna try to get as much of this in as possible. Mix this just until the batter gets completely uniform. I think the last thing we're gonna do is add some of the dry mix.
Yep. Let me grab that.
And while you're grabbing that, I'm just gonna, again, scrape down the sides of the bowl.
Perfect. All right, so now basically I'm just gonna grab my dry mixture. I'm gonna add it all at once.
You can see our dough starting just to come together, and it's kind of pulling into itself. It's gonna form naturally. Let's bring this over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring out some plastic wrap. All right, so you're gonna plop this directly onto the plastic wrap. It is a tacky dough. You don't wanna put this right onto the kitchen counter.
And then with the plastic, you're actually just gonna shape it and wrap it like that.
Perfect.
Is our dough. We're gonna chill this in the fridge for at least a half hour.
We actually have a little bit of coarse sugar. You can use a turbinado, but you want a really coarse sugar on this. You don't want to use granulated sugar.
You can see here the dough is set. It's much firmer than it was before we put it in. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set it out here and we're gonna scoop from this. Basically what you wanna do is grab the chilled dough, get that heaping tablespoon.
That's a nice size heaping tablespoon.
Yeah. You're gonna roll it with your hands.
This is kind of messy, actually.
Yeah, you know, but it's
messy
fun.
in a good way.
And you wanna just get it into a ball shape.
I finished already.
I know, it seems like you're a professional at this. And we're rolling this in the sugar, like so.
Try to get as much sugar as possible to stick to the dough ball. Again, this is the best part of the cookie.
Then we're gonna place this on our prepared sheets.
This is a thumbprint cookie. You're gonna take your thumb, you're gonna go downward right into the cookie.
Straight down.
The whole idea is you're trying to prepare a vessel for the white chocolate peppermint filling that's gonna go in here. This recipe is gonna make 24 cookies. All right, now we're gonna pop these in the oven at 325-degree oven that's already been preheated, of course.
They're gonna be in the oven for about 10 minutes. Basically what you wanna do is just do a re-impression just to make sure that that well where you're gonna put this delicious mint ganache in hasn't been lost.
We're gonna put these cookies back in the oven for 10 minutes and just bake them just until the edges turn a little bit crackly.
I've just been simmering some heavy cream in a small saucepan for a couple of minutes. I just wanted to get it to a point where it starts bubbling. So I'm gonna turn off the heat here and I'm gonna add the heavy cream to the white chocolate. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of the heavy cream, and you'll see how quickly this melts actually. And I'm just going to stir this up, and that heavy cream is just melting it up. Okay, it looks like it's set for a minute. Let's add our peppermint extract. And we're only gonna add half a teaspoon here. I think peppermint extract in particular is super strong, and you only need a small amount. All right, so now I'm gonna start pouring in this white chocolate peppermint ganache into the wells.
And I'm gonna follow them with some peppermint candies or crushed candy canes.
There you go.
And you just wanna decorate it just enough before it sets. Once this sets, obviously, the candied peppermints won't stick.
Perfect. Those look amazing.
Voila.
So now that these are all decorated and filled, we're gonna put them in the fridge for about 15 to 30 minutes so they can set, and then we can eat them. I actually filled our little platter for our guests, but I thought we would try them right from the tray.
Let's give one a shot.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is good.
It's so good.
Really good.
And what I love about these is that you have those textures. The chocolate cookie, which is a little soft, but you have the crispiness and the crunchiness of the candies as well as the sugar, and that creamy filling of the mint and the Andes candies, which I absolutely love. These are so delicious, and if you guys want the recipe at home, just look right down here, and make sure to subscribe to Hungry.
Thank you so much from Hungry's Kitchen to your kitchen.
Happy holidays.